Hey guys, what's going on? Just checking in with my latest video vlog. I want to talk about something completely different today. So I'm just going to quickly say that I'm a couple of months sober, and I think I'm about 3 months off the cigs. So the cigarettes have gone. That's great. I feel great to be stopped, and there's no pull towards the smoking anymore, which is great. The drinking, as I say, a couple of months sober now. As I said, the relapse was not a big thing for me. It came from a load of unfortunate events that happened in my life, which were just that. It was just unfortunate. So I don't hold a lot of credence to this major relapse that I've had. It's, you know, I drank, yeah, and I've set my counter back to zero from 16.5 months. You know, there's not much more I can do from that. So I don't feel like I'm only 2 months sober. You know, I feel like I'm heading up to 2 years. But again, I understand you got to reset the counter. So I'm a couple of months sober, but I don't really count the days, if I'm honest. So the addiction side of it, really good. But what I want to talk about on this video is something that I've alluded to in other videos. Those of you who have followed me from the start have seen how up and down I am, or how up and down I have been. That's from sort of highs and lows, quite low lows with depression and dark thoughts, suicidal thoughts, you know, things like that, which is not great. But as people used to say, you know, you need to get some help with this, I always wanted to see if it was just my alcoholism that had caused this, like 30 plus years of drinking, which had damaged my brain, and obviously it needed time to rewire itself. But I think I'm long enough into this now that I've come to the realisation that this isn't going to fix itself. It doesn't matter what caused it. It doesn't matter if my alcoholism caused it, or if this is something I was born with, but my alcoholism just covered it up. You know, either or, doesn't matter. It's what I'm left with now, which is the problem. So as I say, I've always known that I can just crash. As I call it, the arse can fall out of my world in seconds, from being on a pretty, you know, from feeling good, and then the arse end of my world drops out, and it's like, Jesus Christ, what's just happened there? And it'll last for 2 or 3 days, and I've had longer bouts of it. So, as I say, the initial thing was, yes, it was probably my alcoholism that caused that. Then I moved on to the pause thing at when you get free of the alcohol, and forgive me, but I can't remember what it's called, but what pause stands for. Something withdrawal symptoms, post-alcoholism withdrawal symptoms, something like that. Basically, it's a thing that certain people go through after they've stopped substance abuse, especially with alcohol. And, you know, it puts them on a bit of a emotional roller coaster ride. Anyway, you know, I'm long enough through this now to know it's not that. So what's changed now is, obviously I'm in North America for the next 6 months. I've actually been here, as of I think yesterday, 2 months. Now my life is very, very simple and basic over here. I don't have all the stresses and worries of what I had in the UK with having to find a job, having to pay bills, and that. I'm being looked after over here for the 6-month period. So my life is very simple. You know, because it's very simple, I don't have things being masked. I don't have my emotions being masked or fueled by outside interventions, whether it be, anyway, I won't go into that, my past life. I still have issues with this because the paperwork's not all finished. So anyway, going around the houses here, aren't I? So basically, I've come to the realisation, and more importantly, I'm able to kind of admit it to myself now, after reading a lot of things and watching a lot of things, that I need to sort some medical help out for my issue, and I'm pretty confident now with a little bit of research I've done that I suffer from bipolar. What type of bipolar, I don't know, but when you do a little internet bipolar test, you know, it gives you like your first 10 questions about highs and your second 10 questions about lows. The highs, I register about 5 or 6 yeses to those questions. The lows, I register 9. So I'm not saying, you know, these are only questions, but yeah, it's more a realisation now is that I don't just get down. It's not just depression, you know, because I have the highs as well. Now, a lot of people have said to me in the past, I don't think you've got bipolar because your highs are not that high and your lows are not that low. And I used to sort of listen to that and sort of agree with them. I don't agree with that anymore. I think I'm just very good at controlling it now because I've got so in touch with my emotions over the last, I don't know, 2.5, 3 years that I can control this very well. I'll give you an example of that. It sounds very morbid, but I live with darkness not very far away from me all the time, 24/7, and I'm quite happy to do that. It's kind of normal for me. Someone said to me the other day, if somebody normal were to live in your head for 24 hours, they'd be like, what the fuck is this? What is going on? And it made me chuckle, but I kind of understand it now, you know. I mean, suicidal thoughts, as I say, are always only around the corner for me, but I'm open to talk about it. I'm not going to kill myself, but it's always an option for me. And the problem is I've lived with that for so long now, and I'm comfortable to live with it. It's not a problem. It's more of a problem for other people who, when I start talking about it, they're going, oh my God, you need help, are you okay? And it's like, no, I'm cool, I'm not. Suicide is an option for me. It's not that I'm going to do it. And when you look at the studies and that, it does appear that the type of person that talks about the suicidal thoughts is less likely to do it. It's the people who sort of bottle it up, who take it to the next level, which is horrendous. So yeah, I've monitored. Well, I haven't. I was going to say I've monitored myself for the last 2 months, so I haven't. But I've because everything's been stripped away from my life, and I've got this very, very basic life over here for 6 months. It's very easy to see where my emotional roller coaster's just gone off on one. So for me, it's the easiest way where it's kind of manifests itself right now is my exercise routine and stuff. So when I say, oh, I'm on it, you know, that's when I'm quite manic, and I don't realise, because obviously when you're on it, things are good. You're not feeling shit, you're not down, you're not depressed, so you don't actually think this, you're just up and it's like, yeah, this is great. So I'll kill myself in the gym or cycling or whatever, but it's what I've sort of sat back and watched myself this time round is, and it's not just that I'm on it and I'm eating well and I'm working out hard. No, I'm working out far too hard, you know, and I do these huge jumps from, I might do 20 miles on the mountain bike one day. And then the next day I get this idea that, right, I'm going to do 50 miles. You know, it's a hell of a jump. You know, and it's things like that where I've joined a gym, lovely cheap gym over here, and it's awesome. And when I'm on it, you know, I don't just go work out for an hour. I've been doing 2 spin classes, one in the morning, one at night, which is 45 minutes. And in between, I've been doing weights or just going down and doing 30 minutes running on the treadmill. It's too much, and that's my manic side, and I'm starting to realise that now, you know. And it's like, oh, come on, let's do this, let's do that, and it's, although I don't come across like I just have done there, that's what's actually happening. And then you get the other side of it where it just absolutely, the arse drops out instantly, and this is a thing now where this has now happened twice in the last 2 months. And that's why I really realise I need to get this sorted now, because it's as if someone just pulls the plug on you and you just get instantly deflated for no reason. And it's just like, fucking hell. And everything becomes shit. Everything around you is shit. You can't motivate yourself. sun is absolutely shining out here today. When I'm sort of good, you know, I love the sunshine. I'll go walking in it, just lay in it all day. I love it. When I'm on the opposite side of it, I just don't go near it. It just doesn't interest me. You kind of go inside yourself. You know, you become quieter. Things irritate you more. And obviously the darkness is there, and it's more like, is this it? And then for me, the problem is what I used to call self-sabotaging and my food addictions and stuff like that. I think it stemmed from this, and I try to get like sugar dopamine hits from chocolate or biscuits or whatever when I'm like this, you know, just to try cheer me up a little bit. So as you say, this is all a little bit raw, but the whole point of the video is I'm pretty certain I am a form of bipolar, which is great because that can be fixed. Maybe not fixed, it can be treated, and it can you can live with it. You can live a normal life with it, which is great. Problem being, I'm in North America, so I can't just go to a doctor. So I'm working something out with a friend now to see if we can do something a little bit dodgy to get some medication over here. And that's what I'm going to try. I usually stay a million miles away from medication, but I think on the bit of research I've done, you know, I saw a great analogy last night where someone was talking about, I think it was bipolar and depression, and they were kind of saying your brain, although it's a magnificent thing and it will fix itself over time, when you damage it and it causes depression or bipolar or other mental health issues, it's kind of like a fracture in your brain, and if you don't get it treated, it's going to stay the same. So basically, the same meds are like a cast. So it's like putting a cast on your brain, keeps it all compact, unable to move. Brain starts fixing itself while you got this cast on, and then eventually, hopefully, all being well, you can take this cast off, which has obviously come off the meds, and 9 times out of 10, I believe, you know, you're okay again. This takes a long time, obviously. I'm of the opinion now I'm quite happy to stay on meds, as long as it keeps. I want to see, although I am quite balanced in myself, and I'm really in touch with myself. I know exactly what's kind of going on up here, but I would like to get it settled down and stop these crashes, and not live with the darkness anymore. You know, saying the darkness is only around the corner constantly. I don't want to live like that. You know, that isn't normal. So, as I say, I can feel myself coming out of it slightly now. I think I've been down for about, I don't know, this is maybe day 4. And before that, I was fucking up here. It was incredible. So anyway, yeah, hope I haven't bored you. If anybody out there suffers from bipolar and you're taking meds and that, please stick a comment down below and let me know how it's going, because there's not a massive amount of information out there of people who I can talk to one-to-one and hear their stories. It's all internet stuff. So yeah, I'll do a few tags on this video with mental health, depression and bipolar, and hopefully that'll attract a slightly different audience, and you can let me know if I'm doing the right thing. But you know, you can talk me through the meds and how long it takes, and whatever you've experienced, that'd be much appreciated. So thanks for watching, and generally things are really good, but it's time to fix this issue for good. So again, take care everyone, thanks for watching, bye.